What's up, guys? Today we're going to go over some Hobie Mirage Drive 180 maintenance tips. A couple things you're going to need is a lubricant, an Allen wrench, needle nose pliers, and a 7/16 wrench. Every year we put our Mirage Drives through a lot of abuse. You know, they get a lot of mud and sand and grit inside of them, so it's really good to kind of take them apart during the down season and really get in there and clean them really nice. Make sure your fins are on tight, make sure the masts aren't bent. We're going to go ahead and dive into all that today and just make sure you can cover all your bases during the off season to make sure this thing lasts for a while. So one of the first things we want to make sure that we do is check for any visual things that we can clearly see, like, is your chain okay? Are the masts okay? Are these little bolts right here okay? We're going to go over all that and make sure we know what to look for and how to properly take care of them. So one of the first things we're going to check are these screws right here, just to make sure that they're not loose, your cables aren't loose, your chains aren't loose. That's the most important part of having this Mirage Drive actually do this. Every year we put our Mirage Drives through a lot of abuse. You know, they get a lot of mud and sand and grit inside of them, so it's really good to kind of take them apart during the down season and really get in there and clean them really nice. Make sure your fins are on tight, make sure the masts aren't bent. We're going to go ahead and dive into all that today and just make sure you can cover all your bases during the off season to make sure this thing lasts for a while. First things first, we want to check each and every one of these bolts. It's a 7/16 wrench. You just want to make sure that they're snug. You don't want to make sure they're loose. If they come loose, these chains here can pop off, and that's when you get stranded. These screws right here and this gap right there, you don't want too large of a gap. You can see the more I tighten that down, that gap goes away. But if I take this screw and I loosen it, that gap becomes larger. You don't want too large of a gap here, and you don't want this too loose. You want to find a nice little medium. There is some red Loctite right there, so it won't go too far. If you do find you need to tighten these up a little bit, that's where your needle nose pliers come into play. What you want to do is take this and put it halfway. Putting them halfway exposes, there's a nut right here. This is where the Allen wrench goes. You're going to take your needle nose and you're going to clamp down on this little Loctite here. Take your Allen wrench, you give it a few twists, and it will tighten. But you have to hold on to the bolt inside the fin. If you don't, it's just going to keep spinning and nothing's going to happen. Last thing you want to do here is just add a little bit of WD-40 to these chains right here. Just keep them well lubricated. Alright guys, well there you have it. That is your routine maintenance on the 180 Mirage Drive for the Hobie Pro Anglers. If you have any questions or comments, please let them in the comments section below. I'll be glad to help you out. I'll be glad to learn something from you.